First off, thank you for having the interview with me.
Thank you.
And I would also want to say congratulations with the APC convention. I hope that's in the right path.
Sure, whatever you feel like saying.
Okay. So let's know you. I'll paint a picture of what's the picture some persons see you as, and certain description that has been used to describe you as a person. Disloyal and unfaithful and selfish. I think those are like the three major things lots of persons use in describing you as a politician and as a person. How would you react to that?
Well, first of all, when you say a lot of persons, I assume that you mean supporters of the Minister of Transportation, because that's where that always comes from. I don't think that any of the people you saw here today would describe me in such terms. If they did, they wouldn't be here. So when you have a situation where a party is factionalized, the way we are here, the people who don't like what we're doing would naturally tend to parrot the opinions that justify what they're doing. And those who believe in what we're doing have different ways of describing me. They describe me as tenacious. They describe me as courageous. They describe me as truthful. They describe me as a politician with very strong convictions. So it depends on who you're talking to.
So what exactly are you doing?
What we're doing is that we are trying to ensure that we change the way politics is conducted in this country. And that is not a small undertaking. Neither is it a very, very popular one with the powers that be, but it does create a foundation for a politics that will yield benefits to the broad majority of the people in any given society. If you have politics in which the opinion, the feelings, and the views of other people are taken into consideration, you're bound to have a government that will also have respect for the views and opinions of people. Where you have politics, where all that matters is the opinion of one person or a godfather and all that, then when a government emerges out of that kind of politics, the government is also as selfish as its origins. So what we're trying to do is to create a government that enjoys popular participation, where people are given a voice. It doesn't matter that at the end of the day, it is not what you expect that you get. But it does matter that people should be consulted and their views should be taken into consideration in taking decisions in any political party. And the origin of what we're doing here is that when we were here together in the party, everybody contributed to building the party. And then you get to a point where one man appropriates, the collective strength of everybody and becomes a sole decider in everything, and other people's views and opinions are easily discounted. Then that is not healthy for the development of our polity.
Can you recount a particular, say the particular straw that broke the camel's back for you personally, the point where you felt that at this point I really cannot take it? Can you recall the event?
It's not so much as an event. I mean, I was in my house when the minister came to visit me and told me that he heard that I wanted to run for governor, and called me in front of my wife to warn me that I shouldn't try it. If I try it, he's going to fight me and all that and all that. And then I decided that I would try it. And that's what I'm doing. And a lot of people, when he came back and expressed the same sentiment to the leaders of the party, it broke the party into two. So it's not something that I personally decided at any point in time. It is something that a collective group came together to say, no, this is not how politics should be conducted, and this is not how politics will be conducted, and we're not going to accept it. And these people were leaders of the party in practically all the local governments of the state. A lot of them have now crossed over to other political parties, and it has really created a problem in the party here. But it is something that was deliberately instigated by those who felt they have the power. And let me tell you something about life. Any time that people have power and they express an opinion, everybody who is following that power parrots that opinion. They don't subject it to any kind of analysis. And even if they do subject it to some kind of analysis and they agree that it is not correct, they still do not agree that you should hold an opinion different from what the leader holds. That's not democracy. It doesn't work that way in a democracy. And these are some of the things that we think we can improve upon, and we're working hard to see that we give people an opportunity to try the other side, because there's a flip side to every coin. You know, if this is one side of the coin and this is what this side of the coin has brought you, why don't we flip the coin around and try the other side of the coin and see what we will get?
What exactly was your pain at that point in time? Was it that he spoke to you in front of your wife in the manner at which he did, or that he was acting as a god over you?
No, the truth of the matter is that as a human being, I have a right, you know, under our constitution and under the constitution of our party, to make up my own mind. And I've made it up. And my mind was made up to the point that I feel that the members of the party, other leaders in the party, other people should have a voice in this kind of decision. And when the leaders of the party themselves came together and invited me that, listen, this is what we have seen, and we feel that we will ask you if you're interested in this thing and you would like to do this thing, we will give you every support. You don't have to bring anything. We will give you that support if you're ready to do it. But the only thing you must promise us that you won't stop. And I mean, that's what every politician is looking for, support. And I said, fine, I won't stop as long as any one of you here is still standing and determined that we should continue. And we held hands and we prayed. So it is not about me. It's not about me. It is about a commitment that we all made, and the commitment that we are determined to see through to the end.
Do you think the minister was upset that he wasn't consulted first?
No, nobody, at that point, nobody had decided to run for office or do anything. He was the one who started it. These people responded to what he said in a meeting. When he called a meeting and said that he has told Senator Abe not to dare run for governor, and that anybody who supports him is no longer a member of the party. And so people left that meeting very angry, and they called themselves and said, no, why should he come and talk like that? You people call Senator Abe, let him come. If he's ready to run, we'll support him. That's the origin of it. It's not that they held the meeting and then he heard about their meeting. No, they responded to his own high-handedness or to his own way. You see, as a leader, if you decide that you're not supporting somebody, you're still the leader of both those you support and those you don't support. And how you handle those you don't support is equally as important as how you handle those you support. That's politics, that's leadership.
Okay, so let's talk about you now. Many of the time when people hear Magnus Abe, they always think of Rotimi Amici and line it up to you. I'm believing that there is a side to you that people do not particularly know. And if you can share with me.
I don't think it is correct that when people hear of Magnus Abe, they think of Rotimi Amici. That's not true.
Currently.
Because we have issues, that's in terms of the All Progressives Congress
True.
issues in Rivers State,
True.
which is what has entailed a lot of people, you know. But you will remember that I was minority leader of the Rivers State House of Assembly here in Rivers State for 4 years. Mm-hmm. I was a commissioner for information here in Rivers State for 4 years. I was the secretary to government here in Rivers State for 4 years. I was chairman Senate Committee on Petroleum Downstream for 4 years. I headed the Senate investigation into fuel subsidy and all that in the Senate. You know, I was chairman of the Senate Committee on the Federal Roads Maintenance Agency. So people have come in contact with me in a lot of different capacities over time. This political situation and the political crisis that pitches me against the leader of the party in the state is a recent thing. It doesn't define my politics. You understand what I mean? When we were together as a party, we conducted an election 3 times in this state. And I'm the only person, the only senatorial district where the All Progressives Congress won an election by voting in this state was in my senatorial district. And that's not just an accident. So there is a lot that defines me outside of this present crisis. That's a topical issue at the moment. But that's not what defines me as far as politics is concerned. I have a track record in politics. I have a track record in governance. I have a track record even at the bar where I came from.